I will not be pushed, filed, stamped, indexed, briefed, debriefed, or numbered. My life is my own.
Good evening. Welcome back to Carpo Craft Woodworking. It's been a day. Just a day. I was fairly excited because yesterday I got a new tool for my guitar making, and today I got another one as well, which I had ordered. It's a Shinto rasp. Very stoked. It's basically just a heavy-duty rasp that allows you to take off a lot of wood at one time. It's good for doing like the backs of necks and shaping body edges, stuff like that. I've been using a different type of file or rasp, but at any rate, I just wanted to do kind of an update on this here woodworking channel to give, because this isn't, to share with other people what I'm creating, but also for me to remember when it was when I did a certain thing. And it's only been a couple weeks here, but I've been working on 3 different guitars. Honestly, it seemed kind of ridiculous to not just make one, I know, but as I mentioned before, I made the neck, this neck with the resin on the head, the glow-in-the-dark resin. I've kind of reshaped it so it's better for the hand. I've got the fret markers in there. They're glow-in-the-dark with epoxy, with glow-in-the-dark and some glitter. Kind of interesting choice, of course, but that one's not done. But in the meantime, I was making 2 other necks that I'd worked on, and these are both Paduke and Purple Heart. You probably can't see it in there, but there's some really nice riveting on these. Beautiful wood. It's too bad the whole side gets covered up with the fretboard, but that's okay. So on the back of them, I've been using my rasp and my bandsaw. Just started to rough them down when I realized, oops, I made a mistake. Total rookie mistake. I didn't round off the end. Or I did round off the ends instead of making them squared. See, when you make a guitar neck, you're supposed to have a flat area at the bottom to connect it. Now I'm very innovative. I can fix that. It's no problem. It's just kind of a slap to the face. But and then I've got another nice rosewood fretboard here that I made that I'm going to put on that. And I shared the original body that I made a while back, but I'm working on another one, and some of you probably saw this one that I was doing, the resin, and it had basically a channel going through it. It was where 2 branches left on a tree, and I picked it out specifically for that. And right now it's cloudy because I've only used just a rough sander. I just planed it today, but it's pretty natural in there with some stones and a little elephant thing. But this is the side that really got my attention, and I have to make sure that I buff this really well, and I can't plane it or anything because it's only about a 1/16 of an inch thick of a resin coat. But as you can see, there's some imperfections because it's very difficult to get all the bubbles out. It's quite scratched up right now because of the fact that I ran it through the planer. I didn't protect it because it didn't matter. I was going to buff it out anyway. I've got to sand it down. I might even give it kind of a rough texture. Haven't decided. But what I really like is the beveled edges, and I think I'm going to keep those. And it needs a little more work, of course, but this is my next blank that I thought about maybe making into a guitar and thinking up silly designs and different ideas, but even though I made mistakes and I've, they haven't been severe enough to hold me back. So we've ordered a bunch of stuff, my friend and I. He just has a bunch of things coming too. I've become very innovative with my tools. The tool that I got the other day that I really love is this, which this phone's sitting on a cart. It's a mobile cart with like plugs on it for a school, so I can use it for my Dremel, table. This is a Dremel with a very tiny grinding bit on it, or routing. It's not a routing bit, it's actually just a carving bit. But you can set the depth on this Dremel, router attachment and move it along and make very detailed cuts. In fact, I think that would even probably, some of those will would even clean out fret slots. They're so thin, but I wouldn't risk it. I still like the old-fashioned way of cutting frets with a fret saw. I've seen a lot of automated processes of guitars, and I just really am not interested in automating any more than I have to. I really love the old-fashioned way of, joining and grinding and cutting and sanding. That's why I love the rasp, because it just allows you to just take off wood with no noise. You can sit there. It's kind of a meditative thing. You get exercise. But that's mostly just for the neck and then the body. But a router is an essential tool. So I have like 4 different routers, a big one, and then a laminate router, and then a big one, huge one that's mounted on the bottom of the table so I can do shaping bits and stuff. And it does make it easier to have the right tools. I'm just fortunate that I have the right tools, but anytime you start something new, you have to order specific tools for that. And building a guitar is absolutely no different. So I've had my ups and downs, and I've learned a lot, and I'm going to keep sharing it with people here. And so thanks for coming along and watching. My hope is I can come back and look at these silly videos in a couple of years and say, yeah, that's right, when I started building guitars, and actually have them up for sale. I've watched a lot of guys do it, and I've learned a lot. But like I said, nothing can be truly learned, at least for me, until I've done it hands-on. I could sit there and watch 1,000 people make guitars, but until you just get your hands dirty and make mistakes, you can't really learn anything. And being a woodworker, of course, being a carpenter before this makes a huge difference, because I understand something important about how the grain of wood works, how it chips and how it can be manipulated and how to repair things. And understanding wood is crucial. So if you just jump right into something like making guitars without knowing wood, well, there's a learning curve, but anybody can do it. That's the thing. I've seen a guy go out in the middle of the woods and build a guitar with hand tools. It's a freaking awesome video. I'll have to share it sometime. Anyway, my ramble over. I just, what else do I have made? Nothing really new except for those. I have the other body of my, I don't know where the body of my main guitar is. I think it's outside. I was working on it, but the first one I made, the mahogany one, I took like a curve out of it to sit on the leg. And anyway, I'm not going to show them all or all the details until I'm done. And then I'm going to do a full-blown, show video and show everything about it and the whole process of each one. And then when I do sell them, people can see how they were made. And thanks for listening. I'll talk to you next time. Be well. Thanks for coming to Carpo's channel, yo. Yeah.